Last week, we talked Marvel in that big Disney purse. Well, thanks to Valiant Renegade. Lucasfilm? It's probably worse. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, hey, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment because YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Okay, we got a subscriber goal here. By the end of the month, let's get to 550. So for Friday Night's Royal Rumble, the first one of October, you get to see this in full Joker glory. Wouldn't that be fun? Speaking of subscriber goals, two friends of mine, Roman of the Empire and JT Gunn, Late Night with Cap, both are right at about that 400 level. I'm going to leave links to both their channels down below in the description. Be sure to give them a like. Be sure to give them a subscription as well. Okay, so last week at this time we talked about Marvel Studios and the actual spend that Disney Marvel did for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Information brought to us by Financial Statements via the best numbers business guy on YouTube, that being Valiant Renegade. Well, he's done it again, folks. Only this time, the other IP that Disney has run into the ground, Lucasfilm. Oh, this time it's not 2 films, it is all 5 Disney Star Wars films. So let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Now, all 5 films, just to set the table here, had a box office gross of $5,917,253,898. But we know that that is not what Disney Lucasfilm brings home. And going with the formula that Valiant Renegade gives, the domestic box office take is 55%, international is 43%, and China, as a separate entity, only returns 25%. The total net of this is about $2.84 billion approximately. Now, we know that Lucasfilm, that's what we know Lucasfilm actually made from these 5 films. The question is, how much did they spend? And now, a lot of these films were filmed heavily in the UK, which is very lucrative because you get some nice film tax credits back, in some cases up to 25%. So, again, because Valiant is the man he is, he did all the homework for us, and he's brought us the numbers, and we're just gonna go through it. Buckle up, kids. This is gonna be fun. For The Force Awakens, the stated budget that you can find on websites like The Numbers was $306 million. Actual spend, $667 million. For Rogue One, the stated budget, $200 million. Actual spend, $294 million. For The Last Jedi, stated budget, $262 million. Actual spend, $409 million. And Solo, A Star Wars Story, and The Rise of Palpatine both had a stated budget of $275 million. Solo, A Star Wars Story ended up, the actual spend, $364 million. And The Rise of Palpatine chimed in at $554 million. So, for the stated budgets that Disney gave to the public, and they're under no legal obligation to give the actual number, because God knows we probably wouldn't like it. So their stated total budget for all 5 films was around $1.32 billion before marketing. The actual spend is $2.29 billion before marketing. That's right, before marketing. Now, this is a safe. I believe it's a safe assumption to assume that Lucasfilm spent for all 5 films, somewhere between $800 million to $1 billion for global marketing for these 5 films. So, for the sake of this video, if we go halfway and say $900 million total spend, that total price tag for all 5 films to make them and to market them comes out to $3.19 billion. Factor in the $2.84 billion that the films actually brought home from the box office. That's right, Disney Star Wars collectively at the box office is a flop. Now, those very nice, and I mean very nice, UK tax credits help out Lucasfilm, but not as much if we adjust keeping the same marketing number that we used previously. So this would come out to about going with the stated. So figuring in the tax credits, that brings about everything down to about, so instead of $3.19 billion total spend, brings it down to about $2.8 billion total spend. Roughly the same as the net from the box office. So, give or take, in reality, Disney Star Wars at the box office, break even at best. Now, luckily, all of these films had a shelf life post box office through DVD, Blu-ray sales, licensing out to Netflix, Prime, Amazon Prime, etc., etc. So these films did make money before they were consumed by the black hole that is Disney Plus, currently over $14 billion in the hole. Not to mention other Disney Lucasfilm failures. Around $180 million write-off for the series Willow. A $400 million write-off for the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which was only open for 18 months. The over $200 million loss at the box office for Indiana Jones and the Dumpster Fire of Destiny. Not to mention a bevy of underperforming Disney Plus shows. To say that Disney Lucasfilm in a calendar year has cost the Walt Disney Company about $1 billion? I believe it. So now, my final thoughts on this whole thing. Disney bought Lucasfilm from Georgia about 11 years ago for the tune of $4.05 billion. They then invested over $2 billion into theme parks, $500 million for a hotel that they closed in a year and a half. Over $2 billion on 5 Star Wars films. We don't know how much all the TV shows have cost. So to say that the deal that they bought Lucasfilm for, due to obvious overspending and bad management for the Walt Disney Company, has been a bust. But hey, these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Check me out tonight. I will be on with Legion Talk for Friday night's Royal Rumble. Always a good time there. And Saturday, check me out on After the Weekend with the aforementioned JT Gunn, R2 the Icky, and Beard of Liberty over on their Saturday show, Weekend Harder. We are going to talk about a dream casting. If we could choose to cast a live-action Thundercats film. Should be a lot of fun. I love me some Thundercats. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, folks. Before we head out the door. Quick reminder, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. I will see you all very soon. Have a wonderful weekend, folks, and always have fun. Hashtag keep talking, and always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.